Hello, everyone. I'm back with a new talk, Building Leadership Potential. In this, I'm aiming to speak to the college students, especially like the ones going from their graduation to post graduation to the universities. This is a saying by Harry S. Truman saying that men make history and not the other way around. In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. So, this statement has much more deeper meaning, saying we need courageous, skillful leaders who seize the opportunity or grab the opportunity, and then only the progress occurs and there will be a better change. So let me quote a few most popular leaders of the world. First, our very own Bapuji Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Nelson Mandela from Africa, Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Napoleon Bonaparte, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Winston Churchill. So all these leaders, you might not have known what are their activities, but you might have heard their names. Even in India, we can see there are so many people with these names. So even the common people, the slums, so they name their children with any of these names. So you might have come across such names. So those people have left their mark in the world. They have impacted the world such a way that even the illiterate, the poor also know that this is the name of a big person, a great person, and they have to name their children with the name. So how did they impress the world? What is the change that they brought into this world? Everybody has their own philosophy, strategy, methodology, but yet everybody was a great leader. So, what is the purpose of one's life? So, we do think that we are in this world just to eat, marry, enjoy luxuries, and then die. But no, apart from this, we have some more purpose of life. You're not here to merely make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are there to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget that errand. The best way to succeed in future is to create it. So these are like step by step for one's life for the future and to succeed in it. And here comes the famous quotation by Stephen R. Covey on leadership. Leadership is communicating others' worth and potential so clearly that they are inspired to see it in themselves. If you see here in the picture, there is somebody standing in the middle who is standing out. So they are all same. So we don't know which gender, who are they, what are they. But you can clearly see that this one person is standing out. So this person should be obviously a leader standing out in a group. And then he is having the capabilities to show others' worth and potential clearly that the others are inspired, as Bapuji did. So he had the potential to show others that they can fight for this country and redeem this country from the prison of Britishers. I'll show you two pictures and you have to differentiate these two people. So they are leaders, obviously. First, identify this lady. So you might be wondering, like, she's wearing a crown, so she might be a queen. Yes, she is. She's the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, the longest reigning empress, the Queen of England. So she was the one to reign the most of the countries in the entire world, and also for a long period. And for the same country, the longest ruler is Queen Elizabeth II. So you might think that she is a monarch, she cannot be a great leader, but there is the other side of this coin, that this lady behind the scenes has motivated others like the lords and the other administrators of the British Empire, that they could conquer the world strategically. So she also helped rule the entire world. So that was how she led the country. There is another leader here. So if you don't know, Adolf Hitler, the reason for Second World War. And also, he was the reason for the killing, massacre of hundreds of thousands of Jews in Germany. So he was also a leader. He could inspire others in a negative way. Yes, so leadership can be both ways, negative and also positive, sometimes for the progress and sometimes for the destruction. So while choosing, we have to be careful what kind of leader we are and which kind of leader we are following. These two things have to be noted. Identify this personality. So our very own famous Rani Lakshmi Bai, or very popularly known as Jhansi Ki Rani, so the Queen of Jhansi, who fought against the British rule. And she said, no, I'm not going to give my kingdom to you. And she has gathered so many people, so many rulers together to fight against the British Empire. So despite being a lady, and in those days, you know, the status of women in India, but yet she had the ability to motivate others to be patriotic and to fight against the British. So that is how a leadership can be. How do they inspire? So we are saying these leaders, they have been inspiring. How do they inspire? Actually, you see here in the picture, this person is speaking over a dais and everybody else is listening to him. So does leadership happen only on the dais? Let us see. See this picture. You can see there on the above half, there's a person, he's named as boss. So there's a mission, and this boss is not working, but he's ordering or commanding others to accomplish the mission. And the lower half, there is somebody called leader. So he's in the front. So he's standing in the front row and he is leading the team and he's showing the path to accomplish the mission. So this is the difference between a boss and a leader. So you have to decide whether you want to be a boss or a leader. So how do we know how to develop these leadership skills? So do we not need to go to a school for that? So you can see here, there is something called Airman Leadership School. Yeah, we don't have that in India. So I don't know whether it is fortunate or unfortunate, But yeah, in European countries, we have this kind of schools, and there's a special focus on leadership from this school days itself. So do we also need to go to a school for that? Let me see. So first, let us keep ourselves in our next role, or you in your next role. So you might be going for higher education and you will be a higher education student. You might become an employee, so after your campus placements, or you might become an entrepreneur, setting up your own startup company from the university itself. So you can be in any of these three mentioned roles, and you can be a leader in that. I'll show you how. So I'll give you a few tips to develop leadership skills, and maybe you can follow that, or you might be already following and you never know that you are doing that. So just to make you aware of you being a leader in your own place. So please read this. This again is from Stephen R. Covey. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. So ordinary people, what they do is they'll have a schedule, or they will have some assigned tasks, and they start prioritizing those tasks. Like, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But the key to success, or a person who is a leader, what he will do is he will schedule his priorities. So he knows what is his priority and he will schedule that. So accordingly, he will work, and also he will motivate others to work in that way. So the very first point for a leader is you be an inspiration to others. See in the picture. So this person, so this is like a surgery going on here, and you can see the main person is working over and the others are watching him, and they will practice doing that and they will follow him. So this main person is an inspiration to others, like how he does, they also want to do the same way. So you, in your own place, you can be an inspiration. So if you are a student in the university, yes, you can be an inspiration to thousands of students, and there you become a student leader. You need not be called as a student leader, but you can have your own inspiration, and you can have your own leadership skills, and you can be a leader to yourself. Remember, a leader is not the one who is standing on the dais, and he or she is not the one who is giving speeches and gathering mob or gathering so many people. If you can inspire yourself, you can motivate yourselves, then you are a leader for yourselves. Keep learning. This is the next key, next tip. So if you are in the university, you have to learn more, learn more. If you get a job, do you have to stop learning? No. Learning is a lifelong process. All through our life, we'll be learning. Learn new things, learn, learn, learn. Keep learning, always. This is a learning process. How you learn? First, you can set your goal, learn the natural laws, learn about yourself, develop a plan and act on it, then evaluate, and you finish that, set your goal again. Even if you're not accomplishing, then again you have to set your goal. So this is a cyclic process. So learning is a cyclic process, it never ends. Knowledge increases with learning. Knowledge gives confidence. Confidence is needed to lead. And the next tip will be communicate, communicate, communicate. So you are an entrepreneur, you are an employee, you are a student, you are a higher education student. Anywhere, the key component for you to be social, for you to be successful is communicate or communication. So the more you communicate, things become more easier. So always you have to communicate with your peer, you have to communicate with your boss, you have to communicate with your family, you have to communicate with your friends. You have to communicate always. For any teamwork, for any group work, you have to communicate, communicate, and communicate. And always see the bigger picture. So don't aim very small, aim bigger. And then you will be able to succeed. You might even go much far than that, or maybe at least halfway through. So if you don't start, you will never reach. If you always think that no, it's so big, so high, you will never reach. See the picture. The boy is trying to touch. So if he doesn't try, he will never reach there. But if he tries, so he's trying, he's taking the help of a chair and he's trying to reach. So at least he has gone halfway. Just to remove this poster. So this is how you can dream bigger and work towards it. You may not succeed completely, but you might be able to do half. So great dream, and there are 10 keys for happier living. So what is a great dream? There is an abbreviation for this. We have giving, relating, exercising, awareness, trying out, direction, resilience, emotions, acceptance, meaning. So we have what to do, like giving, do things for others, relating, connect with people, take care of your body, live life mindfully, keep learning new things, have goals to look forward to, find ways to bounce back, look for what's good, be comfortable with who you are, be part of something bigger. Yeah, so these key things make our life happier. So for your great dream, add all these things and you'll be happier. Yeah, you add happiness portion to your dream. Admit when you fail and move on. So admitting one's own failures needs courage, lot of courage. So that courage is the important characteristics of a leader, and you have to move on. So it's up to you what to decide. So there is a failure here and there's a success lane here. So you want to go towards success or you want to continue in the failure path. Suppose you went in the failure path. There is always a U-turn. When you know that you are on the failure road, you can take a U-turn and come back to the success road. If you know that you are on failure road and you don't want to come back, then you will always stay on the failure lane and you will never reach your target. You will never be successful. So it's up to you what to decide, whether to stay on the failure road or come back to the success lane. Failure does not mean that you'll never get what you want. Sometimes failure means that you have to fight harder for something better. Yes, true. Let your actions speak for you. So what you are doing, I mean, your actions will inspire others. You don't need to tell it with words. You do something and others will notice you and then they might follow you. And let your actions speak what you are. You don't need to tell about your characteristics like I am this, I am that, I am that. You do things and your actions will speak on your behalf. So that's the true characteristic of a leader. Be the ultimate decision maker. So here you can see there's a lady. It's a fighter plane. And suppose there are other fighter planes coming to attack this plane. Who has to decide what to do? So should she wait for others to say like some command, like to go to the left or right or attack or whatever it is. Yeah, maybe like main orders like we have to go for a war or not, that will be taken by the topmost employees. But here, when she is amidst a danger, who is the one to take the decision? So she is the one to take the decision. So she will be the ultimate decision maker. So she will be the leader for her own life. Yes, we also have to be like that. Something comes, we shouldn't depend on anybody else. We have to make ourselves fully equipped with our own decisions, that we can come out of any kind of situation, any kind of problem. Building a brand you, that's more important. The process should be: identify your core area of expertise, aim to excel at it, try to build on brand attributes, be consistent, do not imbibe any model persona that is not aligned with your core. Your brand image has to be yours and yours alone. So this is to say that you have to aim at excellence, but then you have to be unique. Do not copy others. Leave your own mark. Make your own mark. So what are the characteristics of a true leader? A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. Douglas MacArthur. So these are the qualities of a true leader. So if you want to be a true leader, you also should have these kind of qualities. So do you have that? If not, you have to inculcate them. Be unique. Leave a mark. Leave your own mark. Try for excellence. Aim high. Dream bigger. Try to achieve. All the best to everyone. Be a leader, but not a boss. Be happy, be bright, and be you. You don't need to be somebody else. You be yourself. That's the best thing in life, to be happy.